So we'll start off with the brute force algorithmic design strategy. So as the name says, this is a brute force mechanism. So which means that whatever problem you have at hand, you try to solve it with using some straightforward techniques. So brute force design strategy is a strategy where which solves the problem whatever you have by enumerating through all the possible solutions. So in this case, you actually solve a problem. This is a technique in which you solve a problem by enumerating all possible solutions. So we actually enumerate all possible solutions and then try to solve the problem. So if you see, we are actually going through all possible solutions. So this is not the most efficient way of solving a problem, but this is one of the ways in which you can basically solve a problem. So this is the basic design strategy that everyone usually comes up with at first. After that, you will basically try to optimize your algorithm. But this is the first design strategy that you can always come up with whenever there is a problem at hand. Now, if we just consider, for example, let's assume we have a padlock with, let's say, 4 digits. So we have a padlock with 4 digits. Now, let's say you have forgotten your password. So what would be the way in which you would try to solve this problem? So if you go ahead with brute force, then you would basically go ahead and try each and every possible combination. So out of these, there would be at least one solution. So you will basically try to enumerate all possible solutions and then come up with the actual solution. So you'll keep on doing until the actual solution is obtained. So this is one of the examples in which brute force is actually used. So like most of the common, daily problems, whatever we have, those are usually, at first you come up with a solution which is of brute force technique. Like for example, let's say your home is here and then there is some nearby marketplace and there are like multiple ways to maybe go to that market. So like you want to maybe find the shortest path to go there. So you would basically, in brute force way, you can actually traverse all these paths and then see which one is taking the least time and then use that from then on. So that would be one way to find the shortest path. Again, that is, since you are covering all the paths, you are enumerating through all possible solutions. That is what a brute force algorithm does. So let's talk about some advantages and disadvantages of brute force. So the pros and cons. So we saw that this enumerates through all possible solutions. Then it is usually inefficient. So what would be the advantages if it is going through all possible solutions? So one advantage can be that it always guarantees a solution. So no matter, even though it takes more time, it will always guarantee a solution. So you will basically come up with a solution always using brute force. The second thing is that, this brute force algorithm strategy is not specific to some domain. So it is a generic technique which can be applied to any domain. So works on any problem domain. And the third thing is that it is usually ideal for problems which are like simple. So if you have simple or small problems at hand, then it is ideal in such a case. And then even though it is inefficient, we can actually make use of brute force technique. The algorithm which employs brute force technique is usually simple, and hence we can make use of this to compare some other optimal algorithms. So you can come up with a brute force algorithm and then optimize it further. So whatever further optimal algorithms you have, you can compare it. You can take this as a benchmark and then go ahead and optimize the algorithm further. So the cons are obviously it is like very inefficient, and hence it will always be slow compared to other algorithms. Apart from that, one more thing is that whatever runtime we have of this algorithm, it will be directly proportional to the input size, and it will increase exponentially in most of the cases. So these are some of the pros and cons. Now, what are the type of problems that we can solve using brute force technique? So we'll just see some of the example problems which we can basically solve using brute force. So there is the sorting problems which we can solve. So here we will basically look at two types. One is called the selection sort. Then there is one more called bubble sort. We will see both of these algorithms in the upcoming videos. Apart from that, we have the sequential searching problem, sequential search or linear search problem. Then we also have some string matching problems. We will see how we can perform string matching using brute force. Then we will also see one more problem called the closest pair. And then there is convex hull problems. Apart from this, we also have exhaustive search problems. So here we have some examples like traveling salesman problem will solve. Then there is the knapsack problem, and then there is an assignment problem. All these we'll see in the upcoming videos. So these are some of the examples which I'm giving, which can be basically solved using brute force technique. And then we also have depth first search and breadth first search. So we'll be going through all these in the upcoming videos and see how our brute force technique helps to solve all these kind of problems.